Happy Sunday.
See, now I always do the happy Sunday. And Julie sat there and froze for a second. She's like,
I didn't.
wait, what do I do?
It's not what I was doing. I was saying hello to everybody. There was no, what do we do? Don't.
Happy Sunday. Welcome in. You're here just in time for the brawl.
There was no brawl. We've had a great day. But you set it off with, oh, Julie doesn't know what she's doing.
It's not what I said.
Hi, guys. Happy Sunday.
If it's your first time here, I'm Brian. This is Julie. We
play
every Sunday night. And
most Sunday nights.
I'm gonna skip to the bottom of the comments here because I just saw
Still
one.
not feeling the hair, guys. Sorry,
I saw one over here. Larry says, "I like your countdown."
Thank you.
Yeah, that's Julie's new countdown. It's a couple. We've been using that one a couple months now.
No. I did it in January because my plan is now like every year to do an updated one with like our most recent like photos. So they're only photos. So this past countdown is only photos from 2024.
So if you want to be in our countdown, you got to make sure that we see you during the year.
This is true. And the one before that was the countdown. Like, if you look at old past lives, that was a countdown, including pictures of like, I think everything before when I first started it. Then I was like, okay, we need to update this.
How about when we had the countdown with just the waves going for like 3 minutes?
Yeah, well, that was a little boring.
That was boring.
No, but so when we take pictures now, when we're like out like doing anything, and it doesn't even have to be related to cruising or vacationing or travel or all inclusives or anything like that. Whenever we're traveling or doing anything now, I keep in mind photos that I want to include in next year. So I'm looking forward to like recreating it because I think it's really fun. Do kind of like a yearly thing and overcap. And
so if you see us with the camera,
season 4,
make sure you're smiling because you're going to end up in the countdown. So
this is right.
Well, we got the usual characters here. We got let's see
who we got in.
Let's say
I said hello, but I haven't read anything yet.
We had a I know it's funny. I started realizing I say it every week. We had a busy week, and it's
so does everybody.
It's starting to I think it's just normalcy now. So Cruise Nuts are here. Kathy Curry, hello, how are you?
I know we have
bugs in the house.
Yeah, it's that time of year where like the flies and the bugs and the fruit flies are starting to pop up. So if you see us do this, it's only to swat away the fly.
P&B's is here. Hello, P&B's. Mom's here. How are you?
Hi, Mom.
Wendy Johnson says
Mom called at dinner time, and I didn't get a chance to call her back before the live.
Oh, Mom,
sorry.
What are you calling about?
Well, I answered my watch, and I was like, "Hey, we're trying to get the kids fed and everybody settled."
Wendy's here. Kathy's here. Says she's got 125 days, 278 days, and 866 days. I'm assuming those are cruise countdowns because we've got 13 days right there until our next trip on the Carnival Triumph Poop Cruise 2.0.
Is that coming across as 13? It's probably not. Nope, it's not. Yeah, it's coming across as 13.
Yeah, you're good. Lucky number 13. Poop Cruise 2.0 on the Carnival Triumph.
Do you know there's only one Friday the 13th?
I love how Julie doesn't listen to me.
I heard you. There's only one Friday the 13th this entire calendar year.
Oh, really?
Now, what about the Poop Cruise?
We're going on it.
We are. All right. Shout out in the chat. Hands up. Give a star. Give a thumbs up. Give an emoji of your choice. Have you watched the Netflix documentary, The Poop Cruise?
And while we'll say hello to some people while you get those in the chat. Wendy has 17 days until Vegas. Woohoo! Lee is here and says she hoped everybody had a great weekend. We hope you did too. Mary Ellen is here. Hi, Mary Ellen. How are you? Julie Amos is here. Good to see you. Laura's here again. Hello. Alrighty. That's Shayna's here. Hello, Shayna and Mark. Nice to see you guys. We'll be seeing you guys in less than 2 weeks. Matt's here saying howdy. Matt's learning some new board games from the kids. So who saw we got to get to the Poop Cruise thing. And then we got left, right, center. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on here.
Do you guys? Okay, so we had a question. Well, let's keep it one question at a time.
I know, I'm very confused.
Well, that's nothing new, people. Nothing new. So fun fact: today, Brian and I were talking to a good friend, and let's see if we might every once in a while we see him in the chat. But anyway, we're talking to a good friend.
You better wave if you're here, Jay.
Brian and I had very different angles to take from the trip that they're planning.
Mm-hmm.
So I have said, challenge accepted. Brian's going to come up with his ideas. We're going to work. We work together. We're going to work together. But to hit the ground running, Brian's going to come up with his ideas. I'm going to come up with mine, and we're going to see.
When you get two
We're gonna
vacation planners,
You get two for the price of one,
yes.
which is, by the way, nothing in your pocket. So,
Sugar and Mimar here say they're going to be on the Carnival Conquest on the 7th.
oh,
We were supposed to be on the
we
Carnival
were.
Conquest.
We actually had it booked. We had it booked. It was
we
booked.
waited until final payment.
Is that's the first cruise that we've ever canceled. Fun fact. First.
Now we had some canceled because of COVID, but we didn't cancel.
Oh
those.
no! First ones that we ever canceled. It's the first cruise that we ever booked that we canceled. First vacation, first trip that we ever booked anywhere that we had to cancel. It just turned out that the scheduling and the way that it worked out did not work for us like we'd hoped. I mean, so anyway, we are going to live vicariously through you. Please post pictures, send all your fun things, and I want to know how Celebration Key is.
Wendy says, Julie, that's a great length for dangling earrings. It's cute.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Will G. Hey, Roger. How are you? Michelle is here, and we're starting to get some check marks here. For Mary Ellen says no Netflix. All right, well, Mary Ellen, you got to borrow somebody's login so you can watch the Poop Cruise.
If not, we're gonna find a way to get you to see the Poop Cruise, because I mean, I love a good lasagna.
Well, and Larry says, I thought Netflix could have gone into much more detail. The cook was the star. I'll never look at lasagna
so
again.
Does anybody know? Because I didn't get a chance to look up very specifically on the internet, and I don't think they mentioned it in the documentary what the specific dates were, because I really like to compare them to when we were on the Carnival Liberty. It was the exact same time.
I think it was the same
year.
It was February of 13.
It was right around the same exact time, because I remember it vividly being around the same time. But I don't remember because it was that long ago. It was right before, right after. We had Brian. It was 18 months. Anyway, I'd love to know how close that was, because.
Well, we were on the Carnival Liberty in November because it was Thanksgiving.
Oh, that was a November cruise.
It was
Thanksgiving
right. of 2012.
Yep. Was it 12?
Yes. Oh, okay. And Mary Ellen says it was definitely 2013 for the Poop Cruise. So, yep.
So November to February. So
3 months.
Yeah, I remember it was super close. Mm-hmm. I didn't know if it was just before or just after, but I remember us thinking, "Oh my goodness, we just have a cruise. We were just on a cruise." I remember thinking, like, yeah. Anyway, good stuff.
Matt says, "I'm glad smell-o-vision isn't a thing yet." Well, if you want to join us on the Carnival Triumph, now called the Carnival Sunrise, for the Poop Cruise 2.0.
Did we say that? So the Poop Cruise was the Carnival Triumph, which is now the exact same ship, the Carnival Sunrise.
Mm-hmm. And we got it right here for you in only 13
It has been refurbished. It has been spiffed up. It's still one of Carnival's older ships, but it is a fantastic ship. I absolutely love the layout, and it has had a really great run for the last 13 years without any more poop cruises. So let's not jinx it, okay?
And from everyone we've talked to that says they've been on it, they got the whole smell out. So it should be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Nothing's on fire.
Okay. Enough. But seriously, watch the documentary. They did a great job. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing you ever want to experience, but we've come a long way in 13 years too. Just saying.
Yeah. Will says he was on the Triumph afterwards, and you couldn't even tell it happened. So
I think I've been on the Triumph at least. I have never been on a Sunrise. I think my parents have. I have not, but I've been on the Triumph, I think 3 times as the Triumph. So.
Yeah, Marilyn says, I've been on the Sunrise. It'll be fine. Shana says, we sailed Sunrise in 2019. No smell issues. So we're looking forward to that. So everything's going to be good and wonderful there. So we've got the Sunrise in 13 days. And I guess we can stop calling it Poop Cruise 2.0. So we'll call it. Well, we're going to have a lot of fun on that one. But we've been really working hard at figuring out how we're going to negotiate our summer, how we're going to get every place we need to go.
I don't think there's any negotiating.
Well,
I know what you're saying. I'm just making a joke. Anyway,
So we have 3 kids, as
yeah.
most of you know. And when you travel with 3 kids, there's a lot of things you got to take into account. You got to take into account hotel rooms big
Well,
enough for 3 kids, and
I'm getting.
cars and planes,
Can I
and
interrupt for 1 second?
yes,
Because I'm
and
going
you
to give
should.
the example of, hey, I got to run to the store and pick up X, Y, or Z. I don't care if you have to go to the store and get milk and bread or deodorant, a new pair of shorts, whatever. I got to go to the store. If you yourself and or another partner, another adult say, hey, we're going to pick up. I'm going to pick up. I'm going to go. You pick up, you grab your keys, you grab your stuff, you run to the bathroom, or you don't. You do whatever you need to do and you get out the door. Let's add 1 kid into the mix. Now let's add 2 kids into the mix. Now let's add 3 kids into the mix. The more you add, the more lasagna layers. You see what I did there?
I wish you wouldn't have.
I know. Me too. You add into this cluster. So we love traveling with our kids. There's no better way. We would rather experience time with them and get to do things. But nothing is easy. Nothing.
And once they're in the
Oh, I
car,
was just gonna say I heard something. Okay. I think I have to check on the light in the other
okay,
room.
okay, go check on the light. Um, But no, so most of the planning has been regarding. So we initially wanted to fly down to Florida to board this cruise, but we looked at the logistics of it, and we decided that this is going to be a road trip for the Kearns family. The last time we did the drive to Florida, we did it during spring break week for the Carnival Magic. And if you guys saw those vlogs, we had a little bit of a fender bender on the way back that has kind of made us a little bit shy to attempt the drive again. But the kids are a little bit older.
Fix the light.
Good, I'm so glad. The kids are a little bit older. They're a little bit more tolerant in the car. Last time we drove, we had 2 car seats. This time it's no car seats. So we're going to be a little bit more. I think tolerable in the car, and we're taking advantage of the
They
fact that
fight louder.
my siblings live in between us and Florida, so we're going to try and take advantage of the fact. So when you're planning on how you're going to get to your cruise port, just something to think about is
I
what other
don't
things can you
I don't
take
know what I
advantage
missed,
of
but
along
it
the
sounds
way?
like you're droning on about a bunch of whatever. I don't know. Anyway, we got to get to Florida. We didn't want to pay for it. The flight was too expensive because when you do it times 2, that's great. Times 5, bleh. So we're gonna drive, and yeah, we're gonna stop by and see some family on the way. That's gonna be good. I just really hope that we don't have a repeat of the last ride home.
Well, that was spring break, and that
That was
was stop and
stressful.
go traffic for
Well, this is
a lot
summer
of
break.
years. Well, it's spread out though. Spring break, everybody's going down at the same time and coming back at the same time. This is going to be much more spread out. It's going to be a much better drive using the same car.
Exact same car. I mean, well, that was another factor though, because we said if we drive rather than fly, I mean, we're putting miles on the car. We're minus we have to pay for, so you have to factor in we're paying for gas, we're paying for meals and snacks. Everybody has potty breaks and they want a Snickers bar. No
And there's
endorsement,
more
no endorsement yet. um no, like they want snacks and food, and everybody needs to stretch their legs. It takes longer. I think we have a little bit more flexibility with the kids, but you have to worry about the weather conditions. Is there going to be right now in the summer, we don't have to worry about snow, but will there be a thunderstorm? We have to drive through heavy rains. That can be a
Oh, you
pain.
remember the thunderstorm we drove through when we came out of DC on the last trip?
I do.
Oh man, we tried to make sure the kids were tired, so we walked them around DC for a little bit on the way down,
Yeah.
and we barely got in the car, and the skies
Opened.
up.
And it was beautiful and sunny.
Oh, it was gorgeous.
And we got in the car. Well, thank goodness. Thank goodness that we got in the car and whatever. But
Could you imagine 3 wet kids in the car? Oh, it'd be
just
worse
as
than
bad as a wet dog.
Wet dog.
No, but one of the things we had to factor into us driving down to Florida was my car is due for an oil change. It's due for brakes. We just got the brakes done a couple days ago. That light bulb is still going off in the other room. Just saying. So yeah, no, we needed new brakes. We needed an oil change. I think my car, because we're gonna go on such a distance of a road trip, we're due for tires. So I think the tires need to be done before we go.
Mhm.
So that's an added expense, although it's an added expense that we need for the vehicle that we have anyway.
Right.
So
So,
I'm not upset about it. That's not factored into the vacation.
but the second cruise, we can't really drive to California from New Jersey.
Well, that is a cruise, but that's not why we're
Well,
going out to California. It's kind of like which came first, the chicken or the egg.
well, the family reunion came first.
Exactly. Is that the chicken or the egg?
That doesn't matter. It came first.
I know.
So, but it'll be our first time taking the kids to Southern California. Actually, it's for
We would have been canceled weeks ago if we were on PBS. Just saying.
we should be more like Wayne's World or something.
We did watch Wayne's World the other day. I said, "Oh my God, our Wayne's World."
Oh boy.
Anyway, we digress.
But yeah, no, but we're excited to get out to the West Coast. Our first time cruising out of the West Coast, and it'll be a long
We gotta
time
reach
since
out.
we've been up into the Sierra Nevada, so it'll be a nice
I
trip.
have
out
an
there,
idea.
so.
I just had an idea. I'm gonna reach out to some friends and talk about that.
Oh boy. Cruise Bolero's here. Hello, hello. Together We Travel's here. Nice to see you. Good. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you guys. So, I mean, a lot of plans, a lot of stuff figuring out, a lot of, shuffling and packing. What?
You're talking a mile a minute. I'm just trying to.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm listening, but I was just like, whoa, okay. I just poof for a minute.
So we're gonna be one trip, then we get back just in time to empty the suitcases, run a load of laundry, and get them repacked up and head back out. So we had talked about, would it be a better plan to go straight across the country, go from New Jersey to Florida to California? But we decided to stop at home. So we get to see the puppies, get to see the dogs, stop back at work. Sure. Why don't I just hold that up?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm thinking I'm Bri. I love you so much. I said, I feel like you haven't taken a breath. I was like, blah, 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 blah. I said, relax. Relax. So anyway, let's talk about Miami. We're driving to Miami. We're going to drive straight down. We're not going to stop and stay. Are we going to stop and stay?
Where?
So that's what I mean. We're not going to, right? We're going to drive straight through. So it's going to take us at least 20 hours, probably more like 22, 23 hours by the end of it, because we have to make multiple stops. We're going to have to stop and eat. We're going to have to stop and do this stuff. We talked about that. Okay.
Julie Amos says, Brian, you're doing fine.
So
Stop
anyway.
pinching me under the table.
So anyway, we're going to drive straight down. When we get there, we're going to get relaxed. We're going to get settled in with the kids, because we don't know what time we're going to come in. And really the next day we board the ship. So it's a little bit of a transition. But we sometimes stay in Bayside. We sometimes don't. We're going to be a little bit in between this time. But we're going to have our car. So it's not going to matter where we stay. So I'm looking forward to that. Because one of the things that we really take into consideration is what we have to do, how many times we're going to have to Uber, what's accessible, and where it is. Okay.
There's a spreadsheet for all this, of course, and the spreadsheet actually has multiple columns. We broke it down as the flying versus driving half the way versus flying half the way versus different ports. All sorts of different options and plans, and that's where we landed on. So, we do try to, minimize. I can't even read your writing.
I'm making notes for myself.
Okay.
I want to remember things that I want to come back to.
Oh, so we, to this time, we pick our hotel too based on the kids, So when it's just Julie and I, we have a lot of our options to choose. But when it's traveling with the kids, you got to factor in all the extra things like Julie said with the Ubers. You can't just Uber for two; you got to Uber for five. So that makes it Uber more expensive and all these things like that. So we found a nice hotel with a parking rate.
Oh, I can see.
Found a nice hotel with a parking rate. So we parking included. So we got parking included for the week. So we're good to go there. Let's see. Larry says, if you want to experience a fast talker, tune in Wednesday at 8.
Yes, guys, go over.
I think John's got me beat.
Go on over.
Julie says, wish you were going on Celebration with us. Celebration?
Celebration or Conquest?
Conquest. I'm trying to.
Because tell me when Celebration is, and
I like
we probably saw. I love that ship.
That was a great ship.
I love that ship. But Conquest is going out right then.
Oh yeah, she did mean Conquest.
So
yeah,
guys,
it was the plan.
Here's our plan. The overall, we're driving down to Florida. We're gonna do this cruise. We're gonna have a great time. We're super excited. The kids are super excited. I mean, we can't wait for everything from Guy's Burgers to 80s night to all kinds of stuff. We are then driving home. We'll get to see family along our way home because now we have a little bit of buffer since we're not doing Conquest, which is nice for us. So we'll have a little bit of buffer there. Katie can get some gymnastics in. You're going to get back to work. And then we fly out to California. And we will be having an amazing time for the first time in 13 years with your ginormous family. But like on the West Coast, because most of them are out on the West Coast. Not many of us are out here on the East. So our kids Brian has been there, but he was very young. They've never experienced the West Coast. So we had a really hard time deciding around the skirts of the family reunion, what else we could do out there. We're going to be in LA, the LA area. So what would you do? What's your go-to? We have 3 kids. They are 10, 11, and 14. What's your go-to? And I know Disney. California Adventure. Yeah, sure. All amazing. Great. But like we already have the flight out there. We already have the family reunion. We already have
Disney,
a cruise bookend next to it. So we have a lot going on. So we want to do something economically feasible that we can kind of skirt in and show the kids some of the LA area.
I'm thinking Knott's Berry Farm might be more in our price range for that one.
Well, I'm curious what people have to say because we can tell them what we're going to do but we haven't, before we tell anybody what we have in mind or what we have semi-planned. What would you guys do? I know we have a lot of West Coasters out here. So
Wendy says, when are you cruising from the West Coast? What ship? So this falls into our whole plan, right? So we're flying into LA, into the mountains. We're spending a family reunion with about 100 of my family up in the Sierra Nevadas. We got a little lodge up there. We're going to be up there for that. But then we're going to head out of there on Sunday.
I can't wait. It's going to be so fun. We had so much fun last time. The last one was 13 years ago in Tahoe, and we had so much fun.
Tahoe was great. I loved Lake Tahoe. That was a really good thing. I mean, it had a lot for everybody. The kids were happy. The adults were happy. Everybody was happy. But we're going to do up in the Sierras down Southern California, and then we're going to do our first West Coast cruise.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So we will be leaving from the Long Beach World Cruise Terminal for Royal Caribbean's Navigator of the Seas.
First of all, how many years do we want to get on Navigator? How many years? How many months? It was more than a year. And Zip was on there. We couldn't get on him. Now Zip's not on there. He's out of New Jersey.
And we went to the West.
And we
finally caught up with him.
No, so yeah, we're gonna be on Navigator. We haven't been on Navigator yet.
No, we have not been on Navigator yet.
That's an amazing ship, though.
So we got some good choices.
The Bamboo Room. Who's been to the bamboo room? We get to experience the bamboo room, which looks very much like the pesky parrot.
Interesting.
However, it's been there longer than the pesky parrot. Was the bamboo room designed first? Was the pesky parrot designed after the bamboo room? Did they keep the bamboo room after amplification because they were hoping to mimic the pesky parrot without, but why didn't they change the name? I have so many questions. If anybody has any insight into this, please put the message, put it in the chat, send me a DM. I have all of these questions.
We're getting a lot of suggestions here. Appreciate all our Southern California friends here. Knott's Berry Farm is good. Julie says, come up and see me at Six Flags. Lee says, go to the Santa Monica Pier. We looked at that. Hollywood, Universal. So Barb says, hi, Barb. I don't think we saw you in there before. My kids enjoyed Santa Monica Pier and seeing Hollywood signs some years ago. So we're going to try. I think we're going to stay up on the north side of the area there, up towards Hollywood, and that gives us a couple of options. So we'll see if we can get in there.
We planned a nice little like spot between where the family reunion is and between where we have to get to the pier. So we have a nice little like intersecting hotel-ish area that we're gonna kind of settle in. And I said, let's just walk up, or not walk, sorry, drive. Let's just head on up and see like the Hollywood sign and the stars and I don't know, like that whole like Hollywoody area. Like we can go up and down the strip and the kids can kind of just experience that. Although
go see my star on the Walk of Fame.
Your star, yeah. The Santa Monica Pier though would be amazing too. There's stuff going on down in Long Beach. It's very, very busy that weekend.
So it's a very busy weekend in Southern California. So that's
even Comic-Con's going on.
Comic-Con's happening down in San Diego. The 30th anniversary of the Warped Tour.
So the Warped Tour.
Where are my 40-year-olds at here in the chat? Do you remember the Warped Tour? That's going to be in Long Beach the weekend that we're going to be there. So we're actually boarding the 28th. Roger, so we get on,
and that's all going on at the same time. So you can imagine it wasn't as easy to find I mean, there's always something going on though, just like the East Coast, just like New York. But like, there's always something going on. But we needed something easy to do, something where we weren't buying extra tickets, like and waiting in extra lines and whatever.
Larry said Venice Beach is great people watching. I mean, we'll have the kids with us. I don't know if Venice Beach is the right spot there. So.
I wanted to do something where they weren't going to be boarding planing. And being like,
Wendy says, how about the Ripley's Believe It or Not? It's
cool and was it Madame
Tussauds Wax Museum?
Yeah, I think they would really enjoy that. But yeah, those are definitely all things that are on our list. So if you have personal experiences and can give us like based on the ages of 10, 11, and 14, we're open to that.
Julie has a good point. She goes, if you head towards Hollywood, watch out for the protesters. That's a good point.
Very good point. Thank you. Yes.
Sharon says, we're here for Little Bry's jokes. Did we miss them? No, not this week. You're just stuck with me.
I think he's still awake upstairs. He was playing Roblox or something. I don't know. Or maybe Fortnite or I don't know.
Wait, hold on. We got him a Facebook account this week and he's not.
Okay. So who is in on the community page? This is true. Mm-hmm. Little Bry has joined the community page. Maybe we should have him do a joke of the day.
He would do that.
He would. I'll bring it up to him.
I'll say July 28th. July 20th. If you should come with us. There's
very soon.
Still rooms available. Let's see. Oh, Julie said
Pirate Adventure.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be a busy July for us. My bosses at work are very happy with our decisions to do these trips, as you can tell. So,
the family reunion was like set, and that was set after we had already made other plans and whatever. So, it's not like we planned it all at once. It just happens. Life happens.
It does.
You go with the flow.
Yeah. So it's going to be a busy trip for us, a busy summer for us. It's going to be a lot of new experiences. Happy to be back on a Carnival ship. The kids are looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. And then heading out to the West Coast for a Royal Caribbean ship. So getting a little of everything.
So let me ask you this. What do we have planned for August?
Nothing yet.
I'm going to be bored. No, actually, Bryce starts high school at the end of the month.
We have a
We'll
lot of stuff
have
going on.
football season in full swing. We'll have probably Katie wants to start out trying field hockey this year, so that's going to be back in gear.
Mm-hmm.
Kevy will probably be starting his football season too. So I think we're going to be getting back into the family life of practices and running around and making sure the refrigerator can stay stocked because that's an issue. Before what an hour before the live stream, I was running out to Target to grab last minute odds and ends that we needed for the week. Because we only have really 1 week before of necessities before because less than 2 weeks, but more than a week, I guess.
Yeah,
when we
when we get back after Navigator, it's going to be all hands on deck for planning for school, but it's also going to be meaning getting us ready for. Oh, I don't have it prepared. Hold on.
Oh, you pulled up that one.
Because I didn't.
That's all right.
We can adapt on the fly.
So hey, one of the things we usually talk about in the beginning that we didn't do is what we've been up to. You're on Mach 10 today.
We
usually
did.
Usually I am. We talked about the baseball game.
No, we didn't talk about the baseball game.
We talked about the graduation party. We didn't talk about what we've done the last couple of days. So guys.
All right, hold on. I'll put this away for a little bit.
Okay. No. Go ahead.
Come back to it.
It's fine. No, we already had that.
August, I was going to say, when we get back, we'll be in very much planning for this guy. So we're already working on some transportation options. We've already got everybody on the cruise registered for the New York City Marathon, so that'll be great. Hopefully everybody stretches that morning and is prepared. But that'll be good. It'll be really good. So if you haven't joined us on this one yet, still we actually looked at that ship earlier today, and there's still a ton of space left on this guy, November 2nd of 2025.
I mean, you say a ton, but
no, there's a lot of rooms. So it's going to be good. But anywho,
no, I was just going back to you said we've been so busy, and then you skipped right over what we've been busy with. So the summer's been off to a great kickstart, but this past weekend we had my nephew's high school graduation party. So much fun. We did that yesterday, and we had a band, we had music, we had a pizza truck, we had food galore. The weather held out. We had a fire. It was just really, really,
a
really
fire
nice.
in a fire pit. Nothing.
In a fire pit. No, not
fire.
Yeah, no. No whale tails were burning.
There was. They served a fantastic fish dish.
Oh, all right, guys. So,
do you have video of that?
I do, but I can't share it here.
No, that's gotta.
No, I already told I have to share it with my dad too. Who has seen? I'm gonna just show the picture here of what it is, and I know it'll come. I think I know it'll come through. Who has seen this? Who knows what it is?
That's terrible.
What? What's terrible?
That.
Oh, well, I know. Just looking at it makes me shiver. Guys, if you know what this is, put it in the chat. If you've seen it, if you know what it is, let us know. We know what it is. I'm gonna tell you. But if you know, let's see. Let's see who wins the prize.
Matt says, "Oh, hold on, where'd it go? I'm waiting for the comment. I'm trying to click, and they're going so fast."
Yeah. So at the party a while ago, if you don't know,
Matt said future video.
It is a future video. If you don't know, go on TikTok, go on YouTube Shorts, go on Reels, go on Google, and type the fish challenge. This is a can of fish, and it is fermented in the can. And I don't know. I'm trying.
Wendy says some foul, stinky meat.
I'm telling you, guys, we did it.
It cleared the backyard.
We did it. My dad got the can. The can was actually bubbling. It was actually bursting. And when they did finally open it, when I say it went.
Thank God I don't eat fish.
No, this isn't fish. It is fish, but it's not fish. Let's just say that it was quite an experience and adventure. And yes, there There is definitely, I don't know in what form and how I'm going to edit this content. It may be in a short form video. It may be in a long form video. It may be just posted on my dad's Facebook page. I don't know. But it was something else, guys. And if you don't know what it is, Google it. And stay tuned. I will post tonight, as soon as this is over, tonight, I promise, on the community page, a teaser for what this is.
Hey, Blaine, he's a Swedish fish like Atlantic herring.
When I say it, I don't, not a lot can turn my, I mean, like, there's a lot of things that make me like, I don't like or queasy on, but
It was bad.
Not want to actually get sick.
It was bad.
Of everybody who was in the vicinity, because it did like waft down the yard, which we're talking is like acres. There was one person that I know of that threw up. They actually vomited. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I don't want to like put anybody off. Please don't tune away. Please don't turn us off. I know they're still here. But
hey, Richard,
one person actually did vomit.
Yes, it was. And
they didn't eat it. They were not one of the ones that ate it. They were just smelling it within the area. It was that bad. It's foul.
You know, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It would have been me if I tasted it. It would have been me, but it wasn't me. I stayed very far away from that. I know my tolerance for seafood, and I
just the opening right here. Just the opening.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to share well.
I will see how this. Just the opening. Hold on. I have the sound turned off.
Did you see that?
I don't know if you saw it spray. Yeah, oh God, it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. Oh man, I tell
you. Lance, Rachel's still here.
Can we fast forward?
Lance says, "Sorry, I'm late. Please start from the top." Okay, thanks.
All right. Well, we're talking about delicacies.
Here's what you missed, Lance. We got some stinky fish. We got look at that face.
That's my brother. That's my dad. Ooh, spoiler alert. All right, enough.
We got some stinky fish. We're going to be on Poop Cruise 2.0. Then we're flying to California for the Navigator of the Seas. And then the rest of it's just been a bunch of nonsense. So that's all you missed.
So yesterday was the party. We had the fish thing. That was so much fun. But before that, Katie got to go with her gymnastics troupe and go to the minor leagues little game. It's not even the minor leagues. It's before that, right? What is it? What are they? What division? Minor league baseball game. And they got to dance out on the field and on the dugout. And they got to go talk to the players and sign balls. And they had all kinds of fun there. So we did that on Friday night. We went to the game. Saturday night, we had the party. We had foul-smelling fish. And today, we tried to catch up. I know we are now challenge accepted head-to-head on who can come up with the best itinerary for a land-based trip to the UK. Challenge accepted. I think I'm gonna beat your itinerary.
It was very happy to know that somebody called us for something other than a cruise. So that was kind of nice.
We've done a few, but yeah, no, we've done more than a few. But yeah, this one I like. This one I like.
It's gonna be a good one. So Richard says, Brian, what are you drinking tonight? Well, tonight we're drinking just a little bit of Buffalo Trace, because we know we got the next group cruise coming up very soon. So not sponsored yet, but Buffalo Trace, if you're listening, we're happy to accept sponsorship, and we're willing to accept all sorts of.
For you like bourbon and whiskey drinkers out there, or any kind of distillery people, like if you could go to one distillery out there, who would you want to go to? Who would you want to see? Like, who would you want to tour, do a tasting? What kind of distillery would you want to see? Because we were talking about that earlier. I've been to Glenfiddich, which was very cool. It was years ago. I remember it to this day. It was
Have awesome. You ever been to my distillery?
Unfortunately, every day.
No, I'm a part owner of Lefroy. if you ever purchase Lefroy
Again, not
whiskey,
sponsored.
if you ever purchase Lefroy whiskey as part of the, you get a little QR code, and it gives you get 1 square foot of property there. So I own my 1 square foot at Lefroy, and I am a proud dual citizen.
I don't think you're a dual citizen.
Well, yeah, if I have one, I have property.
I don't
there.
think that's how that works.
I'm going to apply for a passport from there.
All right. All right.
Kathy says she's been to the Tennessee distillery. Uh,
So who do we know that was?
Shayna says they've done the bourbon trail with Richard. Oh, we want to do the bourbon trail with Richard.
Who do we know that went to Jack Daniels? And my parents did. Who went to Jack Daniels? Because they have a couple things that you can only purchase there, and they brought it back.
Yes. It's actually the Jack Daniels is actually in a dry county.
Yeah, I did actually know that. Guys, if you know anything about us, I don't like bourbons or scotches or whiskeys or that type of malted spirit. It's not my thing.
Mary Ellen says she's toured Keelings in Dublin twice. Loved it. Loved their whiskeys.
Nice.
And Richard's offering to take all of us in the RV to go on the bourbon trail. So if everybody could just show up at Richard's house, and I think Richard, there's only 27 in the chat right now, so I think he can fit us all. So we should be good to go.
So here's my follow-up question. If you've been to one of these like tours or these distilleries or these places, what was your favorite part of it? Was it seeing how they make it? Was it the tasting experience? Was it the ambience? What do you like about it? Because what I remember was just being fascinated by some of the steps, and I was much younger at the time, so I don't know if I would feel the same way now. Being fascinated by some of the steps that they had to take and some of the really old processes that they still used. But I also, even though I don't like that type of spirit, like really enjoyed the tasting because they were explaining through the whole process like what notes we should be tasting, and I didn't know any better. I didn't know, but I still could follow along, and it was really fun. So those are the things that stick out to me from more than 10 years ago.
Kathy said there's no tasting at Jack Daniels. You just smell.
Well, if it's in a dry county, that makes sense.
Shana says she's a non-denominational drinker.
Oh, I love it.
And we'll drink. I love that that's catching on. Look for that to Julie was working on something with that. So we're going to look to see.
That's a true fam right there. Mm-hmm. True fam. Shana, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Marilyn says she went to Guinness twice. My parents actually went to the Guinness there. And Lance says, I'm a nerd. I love the process of making. Yeah,
I do too. I wish I had
Lance,
more.
Do you have a pool? You should join my pool chemistry group.
I really do want to do my very own. We've done things through different processes and through like whatever, but I really do want to learn to make some of my own, just like a one-time batch thing just to do it. But I've read up on it. I've watched it. I think I know other people who have done it. I'm still nervous to do it. I don't know.
Oh, Lance says he does have a pool. So you're going to have to join my pool chemistry geeks group. We post all about our pH and our alkalinity and all that.
By we, he means he.
Yes, this is true. Let's see. Marilyn says the Smittix is in Kilkenny. Yes, that is in Kilkenny. My parents went there too. I feel like that's a theme in this family. Richard says the Bourbon Trail includes Jefferson Ocean, Angel's Envy, Woodford, and Buffalo Trace. So yeah, that's going to be. We're going to have to get that one on the list. We're going to have to add that to maybe as we're driving back and forth from Florida one of these times. So we'll have to do that. So, but
while I appreciate the thought, I think while we're driving back and forth with the kids may not be the best time to test out distilleries. Just saying.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, we could stop and pick up a bottle, but I don't know if we really.
Well, you said you don't like it. That means you could drive.
Oh, okay. No.
Designated driver.
Done.
Yeah, but But listen, we've got 13 days until the next one, and we're really excited to be back on Carnival. Even it's going to be a great time. A lot of great people going with us. Looking forward to going back to Half Moon Cay, Grand Turk, and Nassau. Well, is anybody ever really actually looking forward to Nassau?
Yes, you know what? Nassau has too bad of a rap. I like Nassau. I really do. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my chair so I can put my foot up on it. There we go. No, I like Nassau. I think Nassau, especially since they redid the port, I feel like I have a variety of things to do.
What do you guys do in Nassau? What's your go-to in Nassau?
I like when we have something planned privately and we go off and do that, because we've done that. We've done boats and snorkeling and different types of tours. So that's always fun. I also like just getting off the ship and exploring right around the port, but going just outside of the port. So all of those little touristy shops and souvenir shops and things like that, and restaurants. You know, you got your Pirate Republic Brewing right there. You got some other breweries that are right in the vicinity. So I like doing that. But then if you stay inside of the port, I've also done that, and I really enjoy that. I think that you can find exactly the vibe that you're looking for in port or just outside of port safely, no matter who you are. Adults, kids, party, chill, relax. Got to get off and get some free Wi-Fi and just work. It doesn't matter what you want to do in Nassau, you can do it.
Nassau has become one of those places now with the new port. I like the new port. I did not super love the old port. I'm glad that they fixed that. Craig Custer just subscribed.
Hey, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the party.
Oh, well, Craig,
are
you in the chat? Are you going to say hello, or are you just lurking in the darkness?
There? It's okay. You can lurk, you can chat, you can join in the fun, or you can just watch.
Lance says, "Walk to Junkanoo Beach, far end." You know, yeah. Junkanoo gets really crowded.
So I only had one experience in Junkanoo. Have you ever actually gone to Junkanoo? Because I was without you when I went there. The one that I remember.
I don't think I've been to Junkanoo Beach in I can't tell you how many years.
It's been did not have a good experience in Junkanoo Beach, and this was within the last 3 to 4 years. It was overcrowded. We were with other people. We couldn't find each other. The vendors are very, very, very pushy and in your face, but because it's so crowded, it's like this even more so they were in my face. So not to dissuade you, because I'm sure it could be your complete and total have a great time, scene, vibe, what you want. For me, I was very, very stressed because I was trying to keep a group together. And when you try to keep a group together, that just adds an extra element. So if you're there with yourself, with a couple of friends, with a loved one, whatever it is, go have a good time, experience it. If you're going with a small group, trying to keep people together, especially if you have kids, it's just an added stress.
That's one of the things. So again, we kind of said it at the beginning. What we were talking about tonight is trying to plan these trips with the 3 kids being with us. So, you know, we look for plans that we know we don't have to walk too far with them, or maybe.
So here's the thing. Nassau's a perfect example, and this is just off the cuff right now. Nassau, rather than go to Junkanoo Beach, say we want the same type of experience, what do you do with 3 kids? How do you experience a nice little beach day in Nassau instead of going to Junkanoo, which is the free beach within walking distance of the port? That's pretty touristy.
Well, if you've been through our channel, you can go check out not Cable Beach. Was it Cable Beach? Cabbage Beach. Thank you. I'm sorry. Cable Beach is on the other side. We didn't go to Cable Beach. We went to Cabbage Beach. Cabbage Beach is up on Paradise Island, just outside.
But we had to take a taxi, yes, so we paid per person. We got there. They came back to get us. It was no problem getting there and back. We had to pay for chairs.
But it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
Other than
there was a lot of vendors, and of course they're just as pushy as everywhere else, but not as bad as Junkanoo from what I remember. A little bit more like,
it was
okay,
a little more
once you set your ground and you're like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't. Left you alone.
Had some other suggestions here. Shayna says we've done some different things, sometimes planned and sometimes plans were canceled and had to adapt.
Adapting is so important. We talk about that all the time. Be able to pivot, be able to adapt, have no problem in changing your plans. If you're dead set on doing something and it changes, don't let it ruin your day. And
Uh,
that's why birds of a feather flock together. Shayna, you get it.
Lance suggests crabs and things. Larry suggested, where'd it go? Larry suggested the bearded clam and the new margarita.
I found the bearded clam by accident and absolutely loved it. And you weren't with me, and I was like, "Oh my god, this place!" And I have so much little video from being there like 2 or 3 times, and I think all of them were without you.
Barb says
Amazing
they
little
rented a
spot.
cabana on Pearl Island in Nassau and enjoyed. Pearl Island is one of the ones that we've looked at.
Barb, can we talk because you aren't as excited to go there as I am. We have not been there.
Do it, but
That's high on my list. I want to do it. I don't want to do it with the kids. Let me know in the chat, Barb, if you agree. I don't think, but that's what I want to do. I want to do the cabana on Pearl Island, and I do want to do the cabana. I think that'll be worth it.
Lance also liked the bearded clam.
On a related note, anybody else a cabana fan? Do you like cabanas on the ship, cabanas on the islands, cabanas at the resorts? Is it worth the cabana?
Larry also suggested the fish fry. I think Larry said Lance said the fish fry too. You guys are all talking about the same places. They must be good then if they're getting multiple.
That's what we look for. That's exactly what you want.
Wendy says I don't do well at all with the aggressive vendors. It stresses me out. Well, stay off.
It is stressful, but that's what they go for. They want to. I mean, it's again, everybody has their thing, and that's what they do.
And Shayna's other suggestion is, if nothing else, it's a great ship day with less people.
That's absolutely correct. Hey, it doesn't matter what you do, where you go, how you do it. If you're with great people, make it a great time every time.
Here's somebody who's watched it. Shayna says, "Didn't Cabbage Beach have the bugs with Kevin?" Yeah, it was the sea lice. Where
sea lice are like baby jellyfish, and they're in the water, and I don't know why they gravitated to him more than some of us.
Well, they got
my
niece too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Poor Addie. She got it really bad. Everybody got it a little bit, but Kevin and Addie got it the worst. And poor Kevin. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, fun little video to go watch.
Rachel says we booked the Jeep tour excursion.
That
with
looks like a lot of
children, teenagers. Have you guys done this excursion before? So we have not.
We have not. But we're getting there as our kids get a little older.
Yeah, our kids are starting to ask for the more adventure-y kind of stuff. A lot of them, Kevin and Katie are just starting to get tall enough for some of these things. We went on a lot of cruises over the last couple of years where we have some very good footage of them getting denied access to water slides and zip lines and things like that.
But the Jeep tour sounds fun. What was your favorite part of it? Like, did you like that? Like, yeah. So that's definitely the Jeep tours, the ATV stuff. I love kayaking stuff. I'm not super big on zip lining. Although I think the kids are, so that can be. I know, so you can take the kids, and I'll hold everybody's bags and lanyards.
Larry says if you walk into the bearded clam and yell "Pagak," you get a free shot. Larry, is that because they just want you to leave? No. You definitely. No, we appreciate the ship show community there and support that too. So if you do get in there, make sure you get your.
I want to know where the dollar bill with the Bagak on it is hanging, so I can go take a picture of it next time we're there.
Barb says we're there with kids, but you may want to wait to rent a kebab. There were kids. I can't read. There were kids there, but you may want to wait. You may want to wait to rent a kebab for a reasonable price and fairly peaceful.
That Buffalo Trace.
No, I wish that was the problem. I'm just tripping over my words.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
Hello, Beach, please, Mike and Betsy in the house. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming in.
Hey guys. Hey, listen, I have an idea. I want to talk to you. I was thinking earlier. No, but I really want to do Pearl Island, but I don't think the kids would enjoy it at all. Not even like as they get a little bit older. I think that's probably one for when we're traveling without them. I don't know. I just like, I know. You know your kids, right? You know. If you know, you know. Some kids would absolutely love it. Our kids, they wouldn't.
Shayna says, at Julie, off topic. I know you're still used to short hair, but it is cute. So cute. Tucked back.
Thank you. Oh, that's the only way I can put up with it is tucked back because look, here we go. Right? I feel like I don't know. Yeah, I can't do it that way either. Like this way, I can handle it tucked back a little bit. And like if I put my clips in and stuff, like so, like I'll be able to like whatever clip it back and up and whatever. But no, I can't do it here on the. I can't do it on. But thank you. So yeah, I just have to keep tucking.
All right, so we got some we got some ideas there for Nassau. We're gonna be we're talking to the kids. We're actually getting to the point with the kids where we're kind of asking them what they want to do in the ports and actually listening to what their opinions are. So we'll see if they can influence us one way or the other. So
I love that we're getting to a point with our kids where they're remembering different ports, which ports they like better than others, and have preferences on what they want to do. Like, I mean, we have 3. If you have kids, then you might understand this. If you don't have kids, you can probably still relate with like different friends that different people have different preferences. Our 3 kids are very similar in some ways and very different in others. We have some that love the sand and the beach and would just bury themselves. And we have other kids that could avoid the beach at all costs for anything that matters whatsoever. I wasn't gonna call you out, but no, and some matching kids too.
I like pools.
So, like, how do you, when you travel with family and travel with kids and travel, especially when we do group cruising, travel with a big group, how do you find activities that people will be interested in doing and you can share amongst each other based on some of these different preferences? That's been a challenge. I think that we have a good balance.
Well, and that's why with all of our group cruises, we always make sure that the one commonality is we always have dinner. So we always have dinner, so we get to see what everybody does each day.
But
and
coming back to being able to pivot a little bit too is having like, okay, maybe I'm going to do this, but not do that. Or maybe just be able to like say like, hey, this is something where we can kind of have a little bit of flow between some people can do this and some people can do that. Like when we're with Bri, like when we go to Coco Cay, right? Or Coco Key. We're not debating that tonight, people. Just saying. We pick a spot where we're between the beach and the pool, and the kids can go wherever they want. And they also have some of the activities and some of the other water activities and some of the other sports activities. So there's something for everybody. I think that's key.
Works out well. You gotta have something for everybody.
Happy family, happy life.
Julie says she also cut off her hair 22 inches.
Oh my goodness, Julie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a picture. Have you posted it? I haven't looked. I got to be honest with you. I have not been on Facebook much lately, and I apologize. So if you guys see the lack of the post, that's why.
And Richard says, Brian, your hair is looking good tonight. Guessing technique back's a challenge. Yeah. It's just I do what I can with it. Fluff it up a little bit. I didn't put any product in it tonight. So
if anybody is on the personal pages of ours, you can see Brian with a little bit longer hair. Earlier this week, I posted. I'm not gonna share it now.
No. I had long hair in high school.
You have your mom has like the wall of like the currents, and there's like the picture where you like had like your hair is like bone straight, super straight.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, no, your hair is super straight. And you had a picture of when you were younger and you had the bangs. You came down. It wasn't a bowl cut, but it was kind of like a bowl cut. And you had like flipped over to the side. You're probably about Brian or between Brian and Kevin's age. I'm gonna guess you're probably like 12 there.
Where is it?
This is the stuff we need to share, people. This nobody cares about, but they still want to laugh.
I'm waiting for it to pop up here so I can click on it. Lance wants to know if I have a hair channel as well as the pool channel. Yeah, there it is. Have a hair channel as well as the pool channel. No, not yet, because there's not really as much.
Does anybody want a video of Brian cutting his hair?
You really need to get a hobby.
I don't have one. I'm just saying I'm willing to make it. Oh. They seem to be interested in your hair.
Oh, all right. Well, I did shave a mustache off live on YouTube one time
well, you didn't.
for a
You went
super
in the other
chat.
room and shaved off me
Well, true.
back.
I did. All right. So hey, listen.
Yeah,
So
my dad did use that hair. Dad used that
yeah,
hair.
those were great pictures. So let's see. We do have 13 days left until we're boarding this one. The ship is pretty darn full. Sounds like a lot of people heard we're going to be on it. So if you want to get in a last minute trip, reach out to us, reach out to Sharon. We can try to get you guys on. Worst case scenario, maybe you can tow behind on a lifeboat or something like that. But or look for. But if you're looking for a last minute trip, reach out. We'll see if we can get you on. If you're a little bit more of a planner, we got you in November. So reach out to us for the Meraviglia, November the 2nd. That cruise is growing. It's getting a lot of fun people joining us for that one, and we're already having some good conversations with MSC about what we're going to be doing on that guy. So
we talked a lot about the Meraviglia this past weekend because we had a lot of friends and family that have boarded her before out of Brooklyn, and now we will. So we can't wait to bring you that as well. That's going to be fantastic. That's really going to be a great one. But they all are. You know why? We're there.
Bad day on a cruise.
We're there.
Bad day on a cruise. Even if it's the poop cruise, it's still better than a day at work. So,
okay, I know it's time to sign off. It's time to go, people. But I'm gonna let me leave you with this because let me ask you this: would you not have a fantastic story to tell for years to come?
Oh, the stories would be amazing.
Or would you rather say, not me? Would you rather lasagna on a cruise? Or would you rather be sitting home and talking about other people having lasagna on a cruise? Just saying.
Well, Sugar has joined us at the last minute here, so nice to see
Hey,
you.
Sugar.
But most, we need to extend a happy congratulations to Julie Amos, grandbaby number 6. Happy birthday to Charlotte Rose. So,
That's amazing.
All right. So Richard says they missed the spreadsheet tonight. We'll have to. So it's more of a behind the scenes kind of spreadsheet. It wasn't on the screen.
So
Barb says no lasagna, thank you. And Lance said it would be your second.
I mean, I could pass on everything but the lasagna. Okay, we know it's time when my elbow goes up on the chair, but I'm going to say this. Next Sunday is going to be the 6th of July. I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful 4th of July. Be safe. Have a fantastic time with family and friends. I hope that everybody, can enjoy the holiday. The 5th is Saturday, the 6th is Sunday. What do you think? Are we going live?
We'll be live next Sunday.
It's only a few days before we head on out, so we will be here to talk about all things that we don't figure out until about a day before. Am I not wrong?
And Mom says,
I'm not. See you on the seas.